Welcome to another wonderful episode of Spiritual Tea Time with Reverend Patience here on Indigo Psychics TV, which is sponsored by Indigo Psychics Coffee and Clarity, where you can come and get some of the out of this world inspiring coffee flavors that are roasted freshly for you upon order. And all first time orders get 10% off because we have free shipping. And then if you want to get a hold of one of our lovely spiritual advisors, such as myself or my guest who I'm having on tonight, Miranda Wyatt, you could first time callers get their first 3 minutes free with promo Indigo quadruple eights. So without further ado, I'll be having my guest come on here and we're going to talk about the importance, people, behind your spells, your prayers, whatever you want to call them. The intent, the precise wording, being accurate, knowing exactly what you want to make sure your manifestations come true. Because child, so many of you feel like that little hamster in the wheel and spin. So tonight, I hope we're able to help figure out why your stuff is not working. Hello, my baby. If internet wants to work tonight, there we go. Yes, we are in the middle of Mercury retrograde and about six of the planets all going in retrograde. Welcome again, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have a little bit of internet troubles. Mercury is being kind of crazy. But while we're waiting, I'll talk about real quick. I don't know if you guys can quite see it and everything. Let me straighten this label out a little bit. This right here is my own signature brew with Indigo Psychics Coffee and Clarity. It's called the Reverend's Conjure Brew. It's a lovely dark roast with hints of baker's chocolate and caramelized sugar. Child, this stuff is dreamy as anything. And also another thing with Indigo Psychics, for my spiritual folk, our flavors are great to use in your spiritual workings. Again, here we go. Let's see if we can try and get our girl in here. Oh, Mercury kicking her ass already, girl. Oh my
God. Yeah. I had to exit out and then go back to the link and open it up again and everything else. It's real bad. My internet's been bad. So I was waiting for that to happen.
Like I was saying before and everything, Mercury retrograde and again, 6 other planets. Well, Chiron is technically not a planet, but still, you might as well say there's 7 planets in, retrograde right now. So, and then also we got solar flares going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the mixture with everything, yeah. Oh, trust me, my internet has been acting stupid too. And everything. Radio stations don't want to play right and everything. Oh, groans and hisses, my darklings. That was from Mama Voodoo of the Weird Sisters. Speaking of the Weird Sisters, let me give a quick shout out. Indigo Psychics Coffee Company is probably proud to present that we are going to be putting on a lovely witches event, a private event for every form and every path of the craft. It's called Witch Vegas, my babies. And it's going to be at the Orleans, January 20th and 21st. And it's sponsored by us and it's hosted by Mama Voodoo and Lady TA, the Weird Sisters. We're going to have a magical weekend of vendors and speakers and readers. And also, too, we're going to have a good old-fashioned witchy rave, baby, with DJ Thorn, y'all. And yes, this lovely lady right here is going to be one of our lovely speakers as well. We gonna, like I said, we gonna have a fun old time, y'all. It's a great excuse to get out of that winter blues and everything. So come party with us the 20th and 21st at the Orleans. Bon temps roulé, baby. Oh, it's serendipitous, girl. It really goes in with what we're talking about tonight and everything, because at first when Mama Voodoo was shopping around and everything, trying to find a place for us to have the event and everything, everybody was giving the runaround or giving ridiculous, numbers and everything. And finally, I myself took it upon myself to call upon the ancestors to precisely, this is what we need, and show us what precisely where we need to be at for this event and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, because I had the ashes on my one altar of my spiritual teacher, Papa Joe, and anyone in New Orleans who knew him back in the day, he was called. She said the freak's gonna come out. Yes, they are, honey. That's gonna be our theme. The freaks come out at night.
That's right. Yeah.
At night. Oh yeah, girl. Yes. And I literally kept on hearing Papa Joe say Orleans. And I thought he was mentioning like New Orleans. And I'm like, I ain't gonna know. We want to have it in Vegas. And he goes, no, share. Orleans Hotel. Oh, snap. Mama Voodoo goes in there and everything, working her stuff. The event person says, yes. Just love the whole idea, because I mean, as soon as you walk in, that's the thing I love about the Orleans Hotel and Casino there in Vegas. It's already done up like the French Quarter at Mardi Gras. You know what I'm saying? So it's like January 20th and 21st. If you're from the South and you know anything about Mardi Gras season, and girl, okay, hello, that's in the middle of Mardi Gras season. So yeah,
sure is.
So we're gonna have a good old time. Yes, baby. I mean, we want everybody, no matter what your path is and everything. It doesn't matter if you're heathen Norse, if you're freaking fluff bunny Wiccans, if you hoodoo like me, do the voodoo, the Santeria, whatever your tradition is and everything, whatever type of room we want everyone to feel included,
Right.
And anybody coming in think they can come in gatekeeping and try to tell people, oh, you can't do this or you can't do. No, take your negativity. You'll be escorted off the premises.
Yeah, we're not here to micromanage.
So when you have a baby come to you and everything, and they're trying everything in their power and stuff, trying to get their little spells to work, and they just not working. And then after you talk with them, you realize, oh, wait a second, real quick. Miss Lavidius Davis says, good evening. I purchased some of the Indigo Psychics coffee and we're receiving it shortly. Thank you, baby. Nice. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I had seen that you had purchased my signature blend. You are going to love this. My husband, who is like the pickiest, finickiest man in the world, okay, especially when it comes to coffee and everything. Like if we going somewhere, he would literally have me make him coffee and everything, because whatever restaurant we're going to has crappy, coffee and stuff.
They sure do.
Especially if you love a dark roast, this is not bitter at all. That's one thing when I was doing my research to find something that would really represent me and everything as a coffee flavor. This is where it's dark, rich, but yet it's sweet and hey, at
that's
the same
right, yeah.
And Costa Rica Vegan, New York in the house says, meow, cats. Meow. Thank you for joining us, baby. And Mama Voodoo says tickets are on sale, especially the VIP tickets. So definitely go to Witch Vegas on the Facebook or witch.vegas on Instagram, y'all. Okay. And you can find the Eventbrite link and everything. She said the cat's meow flavor. Actually, we have one with the kitty cat on. It's one of the light brews. I forgot what we're calling it and everything, but definitely indigopsychicscoffee.com. Start your morning off with coffee and clarity. Coffee to wake you up, and the clarity of one of our lovely spiritual advisors, to help guide you for your day, your month, your year, whatever problem that you have. Like this lovely lady here, she is great for you ladies, especially the ones who have gone through nasty, abusive relationships with narcissists, whether it be intimate, family member, friend, whatever. Those of you who really have been going through that journey of healing from that narcissistic abuser, this lady right here, oh my gosh. Definitely check her out. Got Reconvene says, I'm glad to able to catch the live. Yeah, we're glad you're able to, because we haven't been able to catch you in a minute. So back to the matter at hand. When a baby comes to you and you realize that one of their problems, like we're talking about tonight, is how
Mhm.
they're wording, or you find that they're not they doing the ritual, but they don't have the faith and the belief in it. How do you make them recognize that's the problem?
Um, I think a lot of times their emotions get in the way. Like you can be um, somebody could threaten you with spell work or something like that, and you might,
Right.
if you don't think that you're up to it, some people could start freaking out and think, oh shit, I better do something, and their hands are shaking and they're dropping stuff and they're trying to do it, and they're trying to remember words and things like that, and they're panicking when they need to come at it very sure of themselves, and people don't do that because they're not sure of themselves, and then I think a lot of them turn to witchcraft to try to make up for that, and really you need to be sure of yourself before you do it.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of ways to build your confidence in order to be able to do that correctly, but I think with meditation and self exploration, and especially energy cleansing exercises and chakra cleansing exercises, and I think a lot of people have holes in their energetic fields in the etheric field, and Reiki is good for that. To seal that up, cleanse it, get the chakra spinning, seal it up, stuff like that, and to balance that out so that when you come to a spell that you're going to do, you're more balanced, you're more whole, you're more calm, because your energy's not scattered all over the place and you're not freaking
Right.
out and shit. You're more collected.
Be able to
Um,
focus.
yes, I think energy work has a lot to do with it before you even get to that point where you're doing stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that because, like I said, many a times they're doing all these external, like most of the babies I work with are seasoned practitioners, and
Mhm.
their main thing with them is all about their mindset and everything.
Mhm.
Because they're lack of confidence, or they're trying to constantly control the how, when, and where because things are not coming
Yeah, and
fast.
that too. Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
the girl, it seems like with everybody, you ever have
Mhm.
one of those days when you're dealing with clients and it literally you feel like a broken record, like everybody who's come to you, you have to repeat the same message to everybody,
Yeah.
even though you don't
Yeah.
even know each other. That's why it's been lately and everything, because oh my
Mhm.
god, the pre-shadow's been kicking everybody's butt because you also
Yeah.
have all these other things going on, and this left and right. I
Mhm.
literally have felt like being people's human hematite. I mean, granted, I'm an earth
Mhm.
sign, but damn, you
Mhm.
know, and having to refocus them and get them and make them see and everything because of their literally the anxiety. Because it's a blessing and
Yeah.
a curse, people, to be an empath. Okay. And sometimes
Yeah.
the curse of it
Yeah.
is when you're feeling everyone's anxiety and everything, and it literally affects your health. And I
Mhm.
mean, some of them have been so bad where by the time I get done talking with them and stuff, I'm in the bathroom getting sick to my stomach because it's such bad,
Mhm.
that stomach churning butterflies that some people get
Yeah.
and everything, or the heart palpitations or the
Yeah.
headaches. And it's like, that's why I have over the years have gotten very particular about who I work with and everything
Mhm.
sometimes because of their energy, and and because of them. Another reason why it's so important to have your words focused and everything, especially when you're calling upon certain spirits or certain entities or certain deities and everything. If you're not precise, it might but not be them you calling in,
Mhm.
babies. And then you have
Mhm.
someone like me or like Miranda having to come in and clean up your spiritual mess. Oh my God,
I've
girl,
had to do that. Yeah. Oh my
preach,
God. Yeah.
preach. And then they wonder why
Forgot
you
about
charge
that.
us so much to clean up their bullshit,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
some of these paranormal teams and everything. Okay,
Yeah.
because I've been working off and on as a professional psychic medium in the paranormal field for over 20 something years, almost 30 years. And some of these amateur little teams, because if they see everything on TV and think it's so cool, and they
Mhm.
want to be like a certain Mr. Baggins and go aggravate
Mhm.
shit and antagonize it. So can I want views? And I want to be like
Mhm.
them. I want to be rich and famous and blah, blah, blah. And then all they do is cause problems, and they got shit coming to their house because they don't even want to mess with the client anymore. They're like, oh, I got this fool I could play with. And then they wonder why
Yeah.
life is going to hell. Their health is on the shit.
Yeah.
And then they're calling you up saying, hey, such and such happened. Oh, okay. Well, this is, all right. Well, because I have to clean up your mess. Because
Hmm.
as a investigator, like way it's like it's being a spiritual plumber. Like to me, an investigation is like coming over for a free estimate. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It
Never
is. Yeah.
charge for an investigation. Now, after we find out what's going on in your house, like yeah, confirming that there is something nasty and malevolent going on in the house, and you need a spiritual cleansing. Yes, I'm going to charge for the cleaning. That's like a
Hmm.
plumber, like I said, a plumber coming over, giving you an estimate about your pipe
Yeah.
problem. Okay, and
Yeah.
this is how much is it going to cost to fix it. You know, but on this, on the same concept because I used to have people bitch and complain all the time about it. And I was like, no, I don't never charge for an investigation. It's the spiritual work I'm going to charge for because,
Hmm.
especially when they got something really nasty, oh my
Hmm.
God, that's when, like, the whole major being precise, not allowing things getting to you, especially when you're dealing with something nasty and malevolent that you got to battle and
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
because you can't show fear. They'll eat that
Right.
shit
That's
up
right. Yeah.
alive,
Yeah.
girl. Oh,
Yeah. They do. Yeah.
because one of the main things besides myself and everything I like to tell my babies, especially when you're going on investigations to a nasty place, I don't care what your faith is, what your spiritual path is, you need to confess your sins,
Mm.
whatever, if not sins, recognize and work through your fears, because
Mm. Yeah.
malevolent things will, I mean, they know how to go peer deeper
Hmm.
into the
They get in
subconscious.
those holes. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then they bring that
Yeah.
stuff up and then will use it against you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And that's why, dabble in babies, you can't do that.
Hmm.
That's why, you got to be precise in everything you do. You know, people read a couple books and they think they know everything and they're going to go off and do this and go off and do that.
Mm.
And girl, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It's a lot more than that. A lot more work than that.
Tell me about it. What are some of the stories you can tell about people's foolishness that you've had to clean up because they weren't precise about their wording?
Oh God. Uh, I had an old boyfriend that had some problems, and he had somebody after him.
Mhm.
Well, his I didn't know he wasn't getting a divorce. Okay. So
Ooh.
I didn't know. He was constantly saying, "Yeah, I'm going to see a lawyer. I'm going to see a lawyer," and I was just dumb. But anyway, his wife at the time was keeping a close eye on him, and I just thought, "What's her problem?" I thought y'all were splitting, and he had to come up with stuff because that wasn't really the truth, and it all got revealed later. But essentially, what happened was he got diagnosed later on with something that's going to keep him in a wheelchair, some neurological thing, and she's had a lot of problems leading up to having him in her life, and I think she was just taking it all out on him, which was sort of justified, sort of not. But because I understood some things about her, but I didn't necessarily hold it against her because I was mad at him too.
Right.
But I didn't have to do anything to cause that. I think she did, and I couldn't necessarily take the neurological issue away, but there was some other stuff that I soothed, and he, at least in some ways, is doing better now than he was, emotionally and spiritually. He's a lot more calm than he used to be. Um, Still sick though, but I did what I could with that, with what I knew. But um, there's just when people, especially families, start fighting over things, and there has to be a cleanse, um, and people, like you say, they let stuff in, I think, because they're not sure of things,
Right.
and not sure of themselves. And I've had to cleanse myself many times, especially, um, and fix holes, and, like, fill things in myself, and repair my own etheric field several times because of the influence I'd let other people have on me, and that would tear holes in me, and,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and because they're so screwed up. So a lot of times I wasn't cleaning up other people's messes for them, but I was having to do it for me, because people that have come into my life have been so influential on me. And I especially pick up on thought patterns from people that I'm not in the room with.
Mhm.
Like I pick stuff remotely, and I'm just like, what the hell? Who's thinking about that? And if I can, I try to figure out who it is. If not, then it could be anybody. But I pick up on thought patterns a lot, and I'll be like, what the hell? And I have to sort myself out and if it's something I don't need, I have to sort myself out and get rid of it and clean up their mess that's affecting me. So I feel
Right.
like I do more of that than fixing other people's shit because I can only do so much for them. They have to um, fix
Think,
themselves and clean themselves
yeah.
up. Yeah, because they started it. So I'm like, all right, the doctor can tell you what medicine to take, but you need to go home and take that medicine, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I can only do
Mhm.
so much. So, but I think a lot of the work I've done is having to protect myself and repair myself and strengthen my own psychic defenses for myself because people have intentionally or not intentionally put so much on me over the years.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah,
It's easy for them to energetically latch on to someone like us and
yeah,
everything. And
yeah.
that's why it's so important to have those boundaries and not feel guilty about having those boundaries and everything. And I remember, in my younger years, I went through the same thing because, we're people pleasers and you're trying to heal and
Hmm.
help everybody. And then you just come to the realization you can't help somebody who does not want to help themselves. Some people out there are just, literally they're energy vamps and they love to
Yeah.
latch onto an empath and suck off your energy and everything. And then like, I feel you. You spend like a good 2, 3 months sometimes still cleaning the, spiritual funk off of certain people
Yeah.
because stuff is so screwed up. And
Yeah.
that's another reason why, like I've said before and everything, why I myself have gotten, picky and everything
Hmm.
about, working with certain people because of their energies being so bad. It's like, you know what?
Hmm.
I'm not going to be thirsty for your money. Go bother somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've literally
Yeah.
have told that to people and everything.
I've got other clients. I'm fine.
Exactly.
Go get some.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Gotta love those narcissistic, selfish ones who say that they're the only person in the world. I was like, no, honey, we know for
Hmm.
a fact,
Hmm.
you're calling anybody and everybody. Because trust me, I love it when they call people that, that and everything that are also
Hmm.
fellow reader. Well, so and so said this. And
Hmm.
what's that
Yeah.
got to do
Yeah.
with me?
Yeah.
I tell you what when you come to us and everything, we're going to tell you what you need at that time. If it confirms whatever another person read for you, then so be it. If
Mm.
not, sometimes you may think you want to know about a certain topic, but the spirit could be like, nah, bitch, you need to know about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so
Yeah.
that's why also too, like when you come and get a reading and everything, you need to like spell work, you need to be precise of what you want,
Mm.
you know, because a lot of
Yeah.
people, I don't know. And then, or they're not hearing what they want and everything.
Mhm.
That's,
Mhm.
one of my biggest pet peeves, because I had like one lady, and I've talked about it before, usually most lawyers, especially litigating lawyers, if they're not hearing what they want, they'll keep reiterating the
Mhm.
question in a different form, thinking that
Mhm.
we're stupid and that we're not going to catch on. And
They
the
think
one
they're at work.
girl, one of the ladies I had call me was recommended by one of my students, and my student already forewarned you. When you come to the red for a reading and you're starting this BS of yours, she gonna
Mm.
call you out on it. Spirit is gonna
Mm.
snitch on you to her, and she will
Somebody's
call you.
got to.
Uh-huh. And lo and behold, that ended up happening. Okay, so by the fifth time this woman's called me in the same day now.
Mm.
Okay, she leaves a
Mm.
nasty review saying I don't have any empathy for my clients. It's like, no, I have plenty of empathy. What I don't have sympathy for is stupidity, closed-minded people who don't want to adhere to the advice that I'm
Mhm.
giving because it's not what you want to hear and
Yeah.
everything. It was one
Yeah.
of those situations where she's a woman obsessed with a married man, and the cards revealed he ain't never gonna leave the wifey poo for you. You are nothing but a
Yeah.
flirt thing, a stroke of his ego. That's all it was,
Yeah.
you know. And what you gonna call it? After leaving the review on the fifth call, she calls me back a sixth time.
Mhm.
asking the same question. And it's like, well, didn't I flip such and such card about that? Such, oh, yes, yes,
Yeah.
we. And then she'll
Yeah.
reiterate another question. And it's like that was the whole, like the last, 20 minutes of the final call and everything was me calling her out. I was like, honey, your problem is you're not hearing what you want. Okay. You're obsessed with a
Mm.
man who does not want you. Okay. You need to face
Yeah.
the fact he does
Yeah.
not want you. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Get it through your head. He's granted he's not happily married, but he not gonna leave his meal ticket. Okay.
Right.
She's an Indian woman. Okay. Obsessed with a married man. And yeah, he's in a loveless arranged marriage and everything, but his wife's family and his wife are the ones who have the money. So guess what?
Mhm.
His narcissistic ass
Mhm.
is gonna be where's our
He's not
money
going
at?
anywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his wife's money has way more money than you do. Okay.
Mhm.
They're like one of the richest families out of freaking India,
Mm.
you know? And so it's like, yeah, you're just a peddly little paralegal chick.
Mhm. Yeah.
You're a peasant
Yeah.
compared to his wife, okay? Granted, you're more beautiful on the physical, but that's it. It's the only thing you got
Mhm.
going. You're just pure
Yeah.
lust, you know?
Yeah.
Real quick shout out. Thank you, Brother Danny, for joining us. He says blessings to everyone. Tell your brother David we said hello. Mm. Sipping on some good coffee, y'all. Make sure you go to indigopsychicscoffee.com. Start your day with coffee and clarity. Oh man, stuff is good. And what am I drinking? My own signature brew, y'all. Reverend's Conjure Brew, the lovely dark roast with hints of baker's chocolate and caramelized sugar. It's
That
good. It
sounds
even got a
good.
little, look at it, even got a little voodoo doll on it with long
I
black
like
hair,
it. Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
me. Actually, what's funny was it was my business partner that came up with the idea. She goes,
Mm.
"You gotta have your okay, yes, ma'am. I'm not gonna argue." So I said, she's like, "What kind do you?" I said, she goes, "I know it has to be a dark roast." So she gave me a list of all the dark roasts and stuff. And when I saw the one, because I love my caramel, I love my chocolate, and so with having
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
and everything, because you know how certain brands of coffee and stuff are bitter tasting, no matter how much
Mhm.
sugar and cream
Mhm.
you put in it and everything. I didn't want
Mhm.
something that was going to do that, and I knew
Yeah.
I've worked as a barista in several different coffee shops over the years since my high school years and everything.
Mhm.
You know, not Starbucks crap. I mean, real coffee houses
Yeah.
where they
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
night and they're doing
Yeah.
poetry, beatnik, type stuff that
Mhm.
your grandparents would have gone to back in the '60s. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so it's really awesome that we actually have those type of things because like for instance one of my favorite kinds is French vanilla, and which
Mm.
we have named after the goddess Freya,
Mhm.
called Freya's French vanilla. And what I love about it is that the different flavors, not only do they taste good, you guys can take them and you look up the spiritual uses of the hints of the flavoring of those coffees, because coffee alone itself, when your spells are not manifesting quick enough, you put coffee on them to speed them up.
Mhm.
You're having problems, with um, feeling negativity. You feel like somebody's thrown at you, or a hex or a curse. Make a spiritual bath. Add the coffee on
Yeah.
it. It's a good hex
Yeah.
sprayer. Add it as an extra ingredient and everything
Yeah.
to it, your stuff. One of my favorite things to do with coffee, because a lot of people um, because of their lack mindsets and everything, are
Mhm.
always having a problem with money and stuff. Where you take some coffee, you take a lemon, cut it in half, sprinkle some coffee on it with some salt, okay, and you take it and you rub your hands with it,
Mhm.
clean your hands with it. And it
Mhm.
said, "All financial difficulty shall be removed from me. I will it so, so shall it be. Abundance flow, free and effortlessly, however you want to say it."
Mhm.
And then wash and rinse your hands and everything and let it air dry. Do that
Mm.
on the first of the month, or
Mhm.
preferably, like on new moon sometime and everything.
Mm. Yeah.
Ooh, Orchid Rose says, um, late but here. Kiss, kiss. Thank you for joining us, honey. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it being late, honey. You're a queen, and queens are never late. Um, was it? How did the one lady who did it on the Princess Diaries were fashionably what?
Oh,
Fashionably late or something like that?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yep, exactly. Miss Lavidia says used coffee grounds are also good for natural fertilizer for plants and gardens. Yes,
Yeah,
they are. Yes,
that's
they
true.
are. Because
Yeah.
the caffeine and certain enzymes that the coffee has actually helps kill the certain bacteriums that would
Hmm.
like start to form, and also it helps. There's nitrogen. It helps
Hmm.
revitalize the nutrients that are in the soil as well. Helps speed. Then the caffeine helps perk them up and want to grow faster. A lot of people don't realize that. So, for you and everything, how did you really start realizing the focusness and the intent of your spell work really started paying off? What was like the aha moment for you?
Oh, oh no. Uh,
Oh, 100 years ago, back in the
yeah,
ancient
yeah,
times,
yeah. I mean, well, because
when I was
I've
a big
been
witch.
pretty much, yeah. I mean, I've been this way my whole life, so I wouldn't be able to give you a time scale or whatever, because
Right.
it's just always been that way. I've always been um, doing weird things with my mind or thinking about things. And I will say this: the thoughts that I have that are simple, quick, and fleeting are the
Mm-hmm.
most powerful ones.
Yep.
Um,
I
the
agree.
thoughts yeah, yeah, it just like in and out, and that's it. It's never been shit that I dwelled on. It was never stuff that I obsessed over. It was never stuff that I pulled my hair out over. If I thought about it for a nanosecond and said, you know what, blah blah blah, done, and I finished the thought, and I just let it go and moved on to something else like it wasn't important. That was the stuff that hit me like a wrecking ball, good or bad, or showed up somehow.
Mhm.
Recently, I did that probably a couple weeks ago. I was laying in bed and I was just like thinking to myself about things and about my future and how I want to just do everything right, and I'm always critiquing myself with that. Am I doing things right? Am I doing things right? I'm just always doing that. And I had one little thought enter my head and exit just quickly. And the thought was, if there's anything I don't need, just take it away. And the thought was gone. I didn't
Yeah.
dwell on it. I didn't sit there and try to figure out what it meant or any of that. And I just kind of shrugged and picked up my book and read, and then I went to sleep, which is what I do every night. And after that, I I lost contact with somebody, or I couldn't find somebody after that. I forgot what happened, but there was somebody that I was going to get in touch with that I ended up not being able to get in touch with for one reason or another. And after I thought about it, I thought, you know what, I don't need her. It's not really that big of a deal.
Hmm.
I need to do this on my own. I need to quit trying to get her help, and I need to just do this on my own. And I did. And then I came across somebody else. I met somebody else who fills her spot, but in a much better way, and is more um,
Conducive.
adept in the things I need to know. That too, yeah, yeah. But that's how simple that can be.
Oh
But
yeah. Pray it up
it's
and
when
walk
you
away, baby.
yeah, yeah, yeah. When you don't stress it is when it hits the hardest, which is
Hmm.
weird. But that's just, but I guess because I released it, and just like, gone.
It's not
Okay,
wanting.
think
It's
about something else. Yeah,
exactly. It's disciplining yourself, not wanting to control the how, when, and where,
yeah,
and everything. And
yeah,
that's the main problem that a lot of us practitioners, no matter what our path is of the craft, is about that mindset and
yeah,
everything. Where you want it now. You planted the seed, but
yeah.
they're not giving the energies a chance to do their business and everything, and
Hmm.
they expect it instantaneously, like. And literally, that's why we have that saying in the South: pray it up and walk away. Go meditate in
Hmm.
the Word and everything.
Hmm.
Don't be
Hmm.
focusing on it, because doing that is causing the blockage. Like people worrying
Yeah,
about money and everything,
yeah,
and they wonder why they're. It's because your mental state of lack of growing up on the subconscious and everything, and
Mm.
the issues that you have about finances in general is what's blocking. And
Yeah.
so you can light all the candles you want for money and everything, but it's not going to come and manifest how you want or as quick as you want because you're not right here, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
And like you said, it's simple, fleeting little things. Just say it quick and forget about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
move on to something else. Because when you're
Yeah.
constantly trying to control the how, when, and where, and oh, trust me, I catch myself doing it. We're human.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
then I catch myself and I'm like, no, 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 not today. Let's go find
Yeah.
my one of my subliminals or Savaggio
Yeah.
frequencies that
That's
deals
right.
with whatever I need to deal with and go lay down and take a nap. Use
That's
the
right.
subconscious and so to
I
shut
love
down.
that stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the ancients have. We are starting to finally admit what the ancients already knew.
Hmm.
People need to realize our ancient ancestors and everything were a lot more smarter than us. That's why
Hmm.
there's certain things, monuments around the world from ancient times, even with our modern equipment that we have, they could never
Hmm.
replicate, you know.
Just like the hieroglyph of the helicopter. I know you've seen that. I forgot which tomb it's in, but there's a few things like that just
These
in Egypt, not to
helicopters,
mention Samaria.
they even shows them holding tablets with the Wi-Fi symbol coming up off of
Hmm.
it and
Hmm.
everything. Yeah. Oh, I know.
And the stylus.
Yes, baby. And also too, they're finally starting to have to admit, like the Great Pyramids, those are not
Hmm.
tombs, people. They were actually conductors.
Right. Right.
Tesla had proved it, how they did it and everything.
Oh yeah.
They had the electricity, they had lights, they had light bulbs, and all that kind of good stuff. And
Oh yeah.
way more advanced than what they wanted. And that's why, especially dealing with magics and all that stuff, it's zoning in with the intent, being precise, knowing what you want, and
Yeah.
like you said, the first thing before you start even trying to manifest anything is working on your confidence
Hmm.
for yourself. And the
And getting
many it's
grounded.
exactly, and the easiest
Yeah.
way to do that is taking advantage of your sleep. That's
Hmm. Yeah.
what I teach about the sleep meditation and everything.
Mhm.
I got ADD like a motherfucker. So it's trying to sit there in lotus position and going, okay, I
Hmm.
need to do this shopping list, and oh, I need to do
Yeah. Yeah.
laundry, you find yourself
It's
wandering
hard.
every
Yeah.
exactly. But I can sleep. Even the Dalai Lama
Hmm.
himself says the best form of meditation is sleep
Hmm.
because when we're asleep, all those self-sabotaging mindsets filters are turned
Just
off.
goes down. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then listening to the, frequencies with the subliminals or straight subliminals or the force guided, or the Reiki music or
Hmm.
whatever, it all works on this as doing the same thing, working on the subconscious. And our subconscious has been proven to be like good, what, 30,000 times more powerful than the waking mind. So you
Hmm.
might, and people don't realize the easiest form of spell work, energy work is sleep.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, the sleeping magician is more powerful than the waking one.
Hmm.
If you know, you know.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Girl.
true. I get a lot done when I sleep, so I'm cool with
Mm,
that.
hmm Precisely. Precisely. Many times I've done that, when
Mm.
it's been like a slow day for myself. I'll put on one
Mm.
of the ones that helps bring in clients and all that stuff. I play that
Mm.
for and lay down, and all of a sudden I wake up and I got somebody contacting me and wanting a session. It happens every
Mm. Mm.
day. Lavidia says use of the theta um, sound waves in the brain for
Mm.
sleep. Yep,
Mm.
you can use the theta, and also there's the delta. All depends on precisely what it is that you're trying to work on.
Yeah.
Here on Indigo Psychics TV, on the YouTube channel here, you'll see that we have playlists, and it's a mixture on each playlist of different types, like I've talked about, where it's the Savaggio frequencies, pure tone.
Mm.
Then you have it where it's embedded to like nature sounds, and then
I like that too. Yeah.
different where it's the different type of mantras, Hindu mantras. There's even ones
Hmm.
with Bible verses, Reiki music. Like
Mm.
so there's ones like one of my favorite channels I use a lot. It's called Rockstar Affirmation, where it has
Mm.
like 6, 7 different people all speaking at the same time, what
Mm.
they call force guided meditation. That's great to listen to during the day if you got ADD or ADHD and everything.
Okay.
Because you have all those different voices to help you focus and everything.
Mm,
Is that's why people like us make great multitaskers, because we can
mhm.
concentrate in doing 50 million things at once, instead of,
Yeah.
because it's easier for us to do that than
Yeah.
concentrate
Yeah.
on one thing at one time, because our minds keep on wondering and everything. That's like, when it comes to my magics, I literally have at least 5 or 6 spells going at the same time,
Mhm.
you know.
Mhm.
But the way my brain works, I can focus on all 6 of them
Mhm.
at the same time. But if I
Mm.
try to precisely focus just on one, it literally causes my brain to hurt,
Yeah.
if that makes
It's a no.
sense.
It's yeah. 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 It's like it's trying so hard to um, work on all cylinders, and it's being forced into one little tiny thing. It's like trying to cram too much water into a funnel or something. You know what I mean? And it's
Yes,
not
girl.
working. It's
Yes.
like that. Yeah.
Yes. That is a
Yeah.
great analogy. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. Literally feels.
Mhm.
And then there's days where you feel like your brain's like, a computer with 1,000 tabs open, half of them are frozen. You
Mhm.
got some music
Mhm.
playing in the background. And of course, it's the part of the song that you can't stand, of some stupid song you don't like. So they constantly playing on repeat in the background somewhere.
Yeah.
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 Or you feel
Yeah.
like, the little dog from Up, like, hi, squirrel.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
you know and so that's why, like, for some of us also too, and using crystals and everything,
Mhm.
if you like using crystals, great combo that I recommend, because it works for myself to help keep me grounded. I wear the three of black obsidian,
Mhm.
tiger's eye, and hematite.
Mhm.
The tiger's eye, it's great for creativity and prosperity, but also it helps collect your
Mhm.
energies to you and give you courage. Then you
Yeah.
have hematite, which is a natural magnet to help keep you
Mhm.
grounded. That's a lot of
Mhm.
cultures who use hematite call it literally the warrior stone
Yeah.
and everything, because
Yeah.
it keeps them grounded. There's even certain cultures in Africa where armor would be decorated in hematite
Mhm.
and everything. And then the black obsidian to help protect you from negative energy influences. And then
Mhm.
another thing I recommend to help you with focusing and stuff, because I myself, besides being ADD, also am bipolar, and with explosive temper disorder. And I tried the man-made stuff, and it actually made
Mhm.
me worse of a monster,
Mhm.
emotionally, mentally, and everything.
Mhm.
And working, like I said, with the frequencies, also with different herbal supplements, and then also using aromatherapy with the different essential oils. And one of the,
Mhm.
like I've talked about before, take lavender.
Mhm.
And people, you can look this up. Anything we mention on the show, don't just take at face value. We want you to get off your lazy little tuchus and do your research, okay? So you know that we're speaking truth, okay?
Mhm.
Look up this. This is medicinal, not just magical, but this is actually medicinal articles you can read. When you crown the crown chakra with lavender, it's been proven to keep anxiety and depression away and give you mental clarity and focus. Also, using lang lang or
Mhm.
ylang
I love
ylang,
that.
you know,
Mhm.
depending on where what culture you come from and how you pronounce it. Sometimes they mix those two together. Also, another one that works great is doing frankincense as well on the 5 points, because they raise your vibration to such a high level. Nothing, because usually anyone who, especially working with spirits, they would tell you the first place that most things that are malevolent like to attach to the crown,
Mhm.
because of the pineal
Mhm.
gland, because that's where the soul sits.
Mhm.
And that's why when you put that stuff on the crown, it's like having literally a spiritual scarf over the head. So nothing
Mhm.
malevolent will attach. And when you're spiritual people like us, it helps you behave that mental clarity and focus, where you know what's you and what's either the entity or the other people around you, and going,
Yeah.
okay, all right, you know what, you need to stop over there, because some of us are so sensitive. You think loudly. It will literally
Mhm. Mhm.
cause headaches, especially if you don't know
Yeah.
how to control it. Because I used to have
Yeah.
problems with migraines from soaking
Mm.
in everyone's thoughts and stuff. When they thought it
Mhm.
was allergies, they couldn't understand what the heck was. God, I went to
I'm
like
surprised I don't have that with as
neurologists.
much. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it's mostly because we're all taught that our spiritual gifts and stuff, like that and everything, or you're crazy, and so you're not taught how.
Mhm.
And that's how people like us end up in asylums and everything, because properly being taught about your gifts
Mhm.
or how to use them. It says you're getting told that you're crazy, and that this is not this
For
and this is not
sure.
that, and that's why so many innocent people are in those type of places that don't deserve to be in those
Yeah.
places.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so another good one to use and everything is cedarwood.
Mhm. I love
um,
that one.
I posted it before on my own personal Facebook. They have new medicinal articles you can look up. Cedarwood, smelling that alone, not even mixed with anything else, alone has been proven to help you all the way down to the cellular level to release
Mhm.
trauma, literally heal you
Mhm.
from the trauma. And
Mhm.
that's why one of my favorite ones, especially people who are easily triggered, who are going through major traumas, when
Mhm.
teaching about sleep meditation, is for them to use the cedar wood or the mixture of cedar wood and lavender and put it on the
Mhm.
5 points, especially when they're sleeping at night.
Mhm.
And then listening to the 528 frequency, because
Mhm.
528 has been proven medicinally to help you regenerate all the way down to the cellular level as well.
Mhm.
And so listening to that one, and then the 417 to remove
Mhm.
the
Toxins.
negativity.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I love that
Um,
one. I have my
seven,
clients use that one a lot. Yeah.
741 removes his major toxins as well
Mhm.
and everything. Oh, thank you, Miss Millividia. She sent us a $5 super sticker donation. Thank you so much. Don't forget, people,
Mhm.
do
That's
that.
cool.
That helps with the production and running of our show and our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I pray that your donation returns to you a thousandfold, Miss Lovidia. It is highly appreciated, and trust me, it will be well used. The good use for the
That's right.
our company, because that's one thing we love here at Indigo Psychics, is being able to help you not only, like I said, wake up with fabulous coffee to wake up during your day and everything, but also give you that mental clarity and spiritual clarity that you need so you can live your best life.
Mhm.
Whether it's just general reading or career reading or whatever for someone like me, or like I said, my ladies who you have been through nasty um, narcissistic abusive relationships, and you're trying to find someone who could be a mentor and teacher to help you through your healing process. This lady right here, Miranda, oh my gosh, she has fabulous programs, especially the one in tuning into your dark feminine energy, babies. Oh my
That is a
gosh.
good one.
Yes. So speaking of which, tell people about how they can get a hold of you and your work courses and everything that you got going on.
Okay, so if you Google me, Miranda Wyatt Life Coach, I come up on like 10 different places because I'm everywhere. But
Yes, girl.
my, I know, yeah. But my website that I use all the time is mirandawyattLifeCoach.com. And if you can't find that, you can just track me down on Facebook, Miranda Jane Wyatt. Um, and my link is in my bio on all my things. I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Um, yeah, so you can go on there. I have self-paced courses you can do on your own. I have the 12-week programs you can do one-on-one with me. I have my healing therapies on there as well. And I also have opportunities for you to make money selling my courses if you like my stuff. And you can make commission selling my courses. So you can sign up for that as well. There's all kinds of stuff on there, something for everybody. But that's MirandaWyattLifeCoach.com, and it's loaded. I'm actually working on a new course as we speak, and
Woo!
it's called How to Be a Bad Bitch After Leaving the Ex Narcissist,
Yes,
and
girl.
it's gonna
Yes.
be good. I did the second video today, and it's gonna be pretty loaded. The pre-sale price is $50. Anybody who signs up now gets it for $50 because I'm still working on it. Once I'm done with it and it's released, it'll be $100 like all the other self-paced courses. So it'll just
Okay.
be its normal price. But there's still a few days for that because it's going to take me a few days to put it together because it's going to
Right.
be jam-packed. But so I'll always have something in the works. But that's my updates for now. Yeah.
Oh, real quick, Orchid Rose says, yes, I like her sassy self. She's helping me grow in confidence every day. I really feel more like myself, and I'm trying belly dancing in my mirror. And she has a giggle sign.
Yes. Yes.
totally
Yes.
agree with it. Belly dancing helps you get back in tune with that inner goddess. It helps you because so many of us ladies, because of everything going on in our lives, we've gotten had to get into
I
our
already
masculine
have it.
and everything. Hey, there you go. Yes. So getting
I
back
got to
into
fix it and then I can wear it.
yes, getting using belly dancing and everything, and a lot of cultures have their own version of belly dancing and everything, and it's helps us, like I said, get back into your divine feminine self, so you're
Yes.
open to receiving, because being in the masculine mode, that's how a lot of us ladies have blocked our blessings, because we're constantly on the go go
Mhm.
go go go, and having
Mhm.
that we forget to appreciate, and we forget
Mhm.
to learn how to be, like I said, divine feminine and receive.
Mhm.
We literally blocked the
Yeah.
kundalini,
Yeah.
by being
Yeah.
stuck in masculine mode. And once in a while, yeah, so what if we ain't got a man in our life? You still
You
need
don't
to
have
keep
to.
that. You have to be in
Yeah.
balance, you know?
Yeah. I come home every single time I do belly dance. I come home to myself every time. As soon as I start moving, I'm me again every
Yes.
time. No matter how many years it's been since I've done it, no matter what, I find myself every single time I start moving again.
Yes, Orchid says yes. I'm stiff from so long being in that mode. A lot of us have been
Hmm.
and everything, and that's why it's good that we have our lovely lady here to be able to help us, get into our divine feminine and start learning to love ourselves,
Yeah.
and embracing that, and for reawakening the goddess within.
Hmm.
Like for personally myself, I've been getting readings left and right, whether I want to or not, either from
Mm.
friends or from some of my favorite like YouTube um, tarot readers that I fellow readers I watch it in here, and it's always a message from Lilith.
Hmm. I almost wore her thing tonight. Almost wore
Uh,
it.
well, as I say, everyone got guardian angels. Well, we also have guardian demons. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
the queen herself has always been one of my guardians,
Hmm.
and mama wants to give you a message when literally you got your girlfriends coming up to you talking about
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
people who, like I said, your favorite YouTube tarot readers and everything on the YouTube
Hmm.
are coming up with it and everything. It's
That's
like,
right.
mm,
That's
you
right.
need to embrace your femininity. Don't be scared. If they don't like it,
Mhm.
oh well, I will remove
Yeah.
them from you, you
Yeah.
know. But definitely get in tune so you can be precise in what you're
Mhm.
doing. Because intent behind that's because that's the number one tool. That intent comes from you, from your soul. That strong faith of what you're doing is, walking in that you already have it, that you've already received it,
Mhm.
and everything.
Mhm.
Imagining whatever it is you're trying to manifest in present moment. Instead
Yeah.
of keeping it off in the distance. Oh, because you're
Yeah.
causing that blockage yourself. So use your intent, because that's why, like with some of my babies and everything, and I've gotten, people yell at me about how I teach people to go into their spice rack and get what they need and
Mhm.
everything for their ritual. And it's like I tell people, it ain't
That's
about
all I have in front of me in the
exactly,
secretary
exactly.
is
It's like
bottles.
some of these little, bougie fluff bunny wannabes. I ain't gonna name no names, like out of Salem and New Orleans, think that you got to spend all these major buku amount of money on a tool and
Mhm.
everything in order for it, like the more expensive it is, the more power it has. No, honey.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could take you to Dollar Tree and show you how to throw down,
Yeah.
honey. Okay, let me take
Yeah.
you to the spice section. Let me grab a 7-day
Yeah.
visual candle for $1.25, and honey, I'll show you how to bless, hex, heal, bring the money in. Okay, dominate,
Mhm.
whatever. You know,
Mhm.
it's because the main ingredient is you.
Mhm.
And also another thing about the intent and everything, and you being the main ingredient. I see it's just like with cooking. Same thing
Mhm.
with you. People complain, "Oh my God, they stole my recipe. Are they copying my?" So what? Let them copy. It ain't
Mhm.
gonna be the same exact spell because the
Mhm.
missing ingredient is you.
That's right.
That's why certain spells will always work for certain people, but not for the other person,
Yeah.
because they're not
Yeah.
working correctly, because they're not putting that strong intent They're not
That's
giving that
right.
confidence. That's why, like with cooking and everything, you could have the same recipe, give it to 20 different people, and you literally will have 20 different sauces.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, because it all depends on the energy. Somebody
That's
put a little
right.
more of this ingredient than that ingredient.
Or people
So,
like me who don't measure at all.
oh,
Assholes like me.
girl, I don't need a, I don't need
Yeah,
a,
I don't
I don't,
care.
a lot of stuff and everything. It's like just keep going. Okay, stop
Yeah,
going. Stop.
yeah, yeah.
You wait for your abuelita to be screaming in your ear.
I
Stop.
was gonna say, I just do it until I hear stop. Yeah. Well, it's
No.
enough, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how many times, like, because like we talked about before, having that crucial, relationship with your, ancestors or ever
Hmm.
deities or whatever that you work with, learning how to hear from them so you can be spirit led. So when you're doing those things, like you said, when you're cooking and you hear that stop, or
Hmm.
you're setting a certain thing up for your altar and it's like, no, you need that, something just guides you over to grab
Yeah.
this certain thing and that certain thing. And people are like, well, how did you know how to do it? I said, I just want to say gut
Hmm.
feeling or being
Hmm.
spiritually led, hence the name, like the show, Spiritual Tea Tab. Yeah, we have
Hmm.
a topic that we can approximately cover, but if we get off track, oh well, Spirit told us to. You
Hmm.
know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
We
That's
talk
right.
about whatever we need to, but definitely, what is it? Orchid Rose says yes. I need to make a call to view that house and clear it and get it sold. I know I can do it. One foot in and pick up the phone. Worst they can say is no. Just got to do
Right.
it. See,
Right.
exactly. But also, don't be putting that out there anyways because you're already expecting the no. So the universe is going to
Hmm.
make you say no. You're going to
I
claim
was
it.
gonna say,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
One of the things I love to teach people when they want something, especially like a home or an apartment, go to the property, get some grass, dirt, rocks, whatever from the property, and then get a showing of the place. Then you get something from inside the place, and then take that, put it in a box. Um, I prefer to do like a smaller box. Some people do like a
Hmm.
cigar box and everything, but do like
Hmm.
a smaller one and everything, especially if you can't be burying on the property itself. So you can put it in a planter, add either
Hmm.
some of your hair, some of your fingernails to it. Then, because using money in your rituals, it doesn't matter if it's play money or real money. It's all about the intent of it representing, money.
Hmm.
I go to Dollar Tree and get one of those little play registers of the little mini money and
Hmm.
everything, and then throw the coins in there, and then on the dollar bills and the $5 bills, $20 bills, write positive affirmations for your home. About bills always being paid, house being full of health, house being full of
Hmm.
love. And happiness and everything, and put that in there. Then throw some jasmine rice. And the reason why I
Hmm.
say jasmine is because jasmine is good for money and love. And then
Hmm.
also, the rice is good for keeping negativity away, and it's also good for
Sure
prosperity.
is.
And then
Yep.
either use a male female pair lodestone or two
Hmm.
matching paired up magnets to help draw in everything you need. Put it in there, seal it up, and then burn by it a red candle with attraction oil that you got,
Hmm.
whatever you like to use for attraction oil. And then, oh, hi, Queen Cindy. She says, hey, ladies, love y'all. And then write your name and the address of the apartment or home that you want on that candle and keep burning it by the box. And then once
Hmm.
you acquire the home or the apartment, and the reason why I say a smaller box, so you can put it in a planter, put it in the
Yep.
bottom, and still have plenty of room when you put the soil in there, and plant yourself some rosemary, oregano, thyme, basil, any of those
Hmm.
money
Or
associated
mint. Hmm.
or mint and everything. And then as that herb grows and stuff, um, use it in your cooking.
Hmm.
And that will always bring into you all those positive affirmations for your home, that you're always going to have your bills paid, you're always going to have the money.
That's
And that
right.
also goes with the concept, people. Put a little magic in your cooking. You can eat your spells.
Hmm.
Everything you do, literally, that's why, food, when when the people have that intent of making your food with love, That's why, as I say,
Mhm.
comfort food slash soul food always tastes so much better than, like mass produced, fast
That's
food
right.
type place, because of the energy. Because most people that work at a fast food place hate it. They're full of negativity. That's why
Mhm.
many times you feel like, besides the garbage crap that the ingredients are made of, but
Mhm.
the energy of the workers that are touching your food, you know, you can feel it and
Yeah.
everything. I know I do. Like
Yeah.
certain restaurants I go to, the reason why I love them and everything, even though to the average person it's a hole in the wall, the reason why its food is so good because the person behind it is putting all their love because they have that passion and that
Mhm.
fire, and they want you
Mhm.
to feel the love that they have for the food that they just made you, and it
Mhm.
and it makes a world of difference.
Mhm. It does, yeah.
So, oh my goodness. It's been a wonderful night, honey. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everyone. And make sure, like I said, either if you want to get a reading from me or a session with Miranda, you can go to indigopsychics.com, or you can go to Miranda Wyatt, life coach or spiritual life coach.
Life coach, MirandaWhiteLifeCoach.com.
Okay. Those are, either through Indigo Psychics or her personal one. And also, people, get yourself some coffee, honey. Wake up in the
Mhm.
morning with coffee and clarity with Indigo Psychics coffee. So, everyone, please have a blessed night. And also, too, make sure you tune in next week. I'll be doing a full moon special, baby. We're doing free readings, and also a collective reading for this lovely full moon, super blue moon at that, in the middle of
Mhm.
Mercury retrograde and everything else that's going on. So, again, everyone, please have a safe night. Thank you for tuning in. Love you guys.
Bye.